we have another impressive guest we're going to bring out right now. He is racing into Times Square. He's a two-time Daytona 500 winner, and he's been named most popular driver 15 times. Wow. Now he's gearing up to drive the pace car in the Indy 500. Let's hear it for Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Welcome.
Yeah, I was debating on whether I needed to come out here dancing or that was incredible. What a story.
Yeah, it was. I wish my teachers were dancing like that.
That connection he had.
And you know, when you were here last, your daughter Isla, she was about 6 months old.
Yeah.
And she took her first steps.
Yeah.
What was that like for you?
Man, you know, it's just amazing to watch them every day process new things. And when she started crawling, I was like, you know, we were so excited that she could start moving around, and now she's just running everywhere. And when she we were all together at my mom's house, and the whole family was there when she did that. And it just blows you away. I was so worried that I wouldn't be there, you know.
Yeah.
I was so worried I was going to miss it. I was going to be doing something and not at the house when that happened. But we were all together, the whole family. And just incredible to see her do that.
And I'm sure she had her first word, so I'm curious, what were her first words? Was it faster or dad?
Well, I've been encouraging her to say mom, and Amy's been encouraging her to say dad, and she just now, she's a year and a month, she just now started to mimic the words we say, and like you know, mimic our dogs' names, or so she's really smart. And, you know, everybody says that about their kids, right? Oh, she's just so smart. But she says mom, she says mum, and dad, and I ask her what the duck does. She says quack and all that. So she's a year.
She's a genius.
Yeah, she's a genius. Amazing.
13 months.
That's wonderful, though, that you didn't spend that much time. I didn't realize we're about to have something in common, the two of us.
Yeah.
You're going to be driving the pace car
at
the Indianapolis 500. I did that back in the day. I had some instruction to know how to do it. But are you prepared? Are you prepared to get behind the wheel?
You know, I think even as a race car driver,
You're nervous about
well,
that?
as a race car,
it's different.
It is. As a race car driver, you just go and do on instinct. And the pace car, there's a process, there's rules, there's a speed you have to run. And in Indy, I think there's a protocol where they actually speed the car up with each lap. You know, and that's different than what we do in NASCAR. In NASCAR, there's a pit road speed, and we run that during the pace laps, and it doesn't change. So I know it's not going to be that complicated.
I think you're going to be all right.
I'm overthinking it a little bit. Yeah.
No, that's not complicated. But you know, most of us, I heard this crazy story. Most of us has to deal with losing our car keys.
Yeah.
You lost a car for a year?
I did. I posted that on Instagram recently where, so I have this race car graveyard. It's hard to explain. As you see, there's the car right there. That's a car that is a land speed record car. And somebody donated that to me to be able to put in this race car graveyard. And it's like 80 acres of woods with all these trails through it. And there's about 80 or 90 race cars in the graveyard. And they all have a different story. And so that car there's in the graveyard. There you see a few more. The car, I actually tasked my property manager, a friend of mine, to put the cars back there. I don't know where they go and that's the fun part. You get on the four-wheeler or the side-by-side and you go riding back there with Isla and Amy and you find out where these cars are sitting. And that land speed record car hid from me for a year before I finally found it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it, George. It's a little Tuesday time travel. We hear that back in the day, your dad had a dealership. Yeah. And that you were the mechanic. You worked as a mechanic.
I changed the oil, yeah.
Yeah, but that you kind of lost your job.
I got fired, yeah. I did. It's the best thing that ever happened to me. I was working at the dealership, and the service manager wanted us to stay after work, and I said, well, can we stay on the clock? He said, no. I said, well, I got a haircut I'm supposed to go get. I'm going to go get the haircut. And he said, you just do what you need to do. And I came back to work the next day. He said, I think you need to take a couple days off this, this job and figure out if this is something you really want to do. And it was a 45-minute drive. I wasn't making a lot of money, and I was afraid I was, I couldn't be driving all over town and driving home. I figured Dad would see me when I got home and send me back up there and say, get back to work. So I called him, and he said, tell the guy whether you're working. You're not going home. You're going to stay. And so I went in there. I said, I'm either working or you send me home for good. And he said, go pack up your toolbox and get out of here. And so, I went home and Dad said, wow, he sent you home for good? I was like, yeah, he did. And he goes, well, I'll put you to work on race cars. And I got to start working on race cars. So that was the best thing ever, right? Because that's all I ever wanted to do. So it was a great transition for me.
Aren't you going to get in a car like your dad in the first? Aren't you going back on the track and doing something?
Absolutely, yeah. We're going to race at Darlington. We have a throwback weekend every year where everybody sort of has a old school paint scheme and a nod to the past. So I'm going to drive in the Xfinity Series race at Darlington on Saturday, and the car's basically a throwback to my dad's 1975 paint scheme, his first race in the Cup Series at Charlotte.
That's going to be special.
Cool. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Great looking race car. Fans are excited. It's the one race I'll run this year. I don't have any plans to race anything after that. Never say never, but this might be the last one.
Well, I tell you what, don't be nervous about the pace car. If you want to practice, just go drive out here with these taxis in New York City. That'll get you right.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.